Hello everybody, this is Xany, and yeah, coming at you with another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the Heavy, which is a class I've been playing a lot recently. Mostly, I saw like some videos on Heavy, like some people playing Heavy really well. And, okay, I'll just say, for starters, I'm not a huge fan of Heavy. Like, Heavy's just, walk forward at people with a minigun, and yeah. But recently, I've been getting in there. I've been like choosing the class because no one ever really wants to play Heavy on some random like public server. And I just wanted to kind of share with you my Heavy journey. These are like a lot of the clips that I got, like the best things I've done. I had to cut it down. There was a lot of footage, but I wanted to kind of just discuss with you my choice of miniguns and like how I play Heavy. So first off, you can never go wrong with your just normal minigun, which I prefer when I'm attacking because it gets that solid damage and all that, and you don't have to worry about it not being as accurate or like slower rev up, less damage. It's just solid. The regular minigun you can't go wrong with. King of the Hill maps, payload when you're attacking, you gotta love your default minigun. Just rev it up. But the thing is, since I think it was Gunmetal when they added this, or was it Love and War, when they changed the way the minigun rev up worked, where miniguns have to like charge up. They have less accuracy and less accuracy and like less damage, I think it is, until they fully get pumped up, get all the bullets flying, which I don't mind. But it did change a lot of the ways people played Heavy, because beforehand you could have like this really aggressive flank Heavy who would jump around corners and be revved up immediately, just have the bullets ready. And I liked playing Heavy like that. Was one of my favorite. I still do that actually, but now it's harder to do. So I do that with the Tommy Slaw, but that's for later. So with the regular minigun, you want to be revved up most of the time. You want to kind of go around corners revved, but you don't want people to know you're there. I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're slow, so you got to catch people off guard. You got to be in the right position, which is what Heavy isn't a hard class, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just what you do as Heavy that's hard. Because it's not hard to walk at someone with a minigun and get random crits. But to do something like be in the right position for an uber charge to take out an entire sentry nest, that takes really good positioning, really good timing and coordination. So Heavy is hard in a different way. And he's one of my favorite classes in the game probably right now. I mean, he is the class I have the least amount of hours on, but he's incredibly fun to play, especially if you just want to win a match. Usually going Heavy, wins. And if you're like a good Heavy, medics will just come to you. I mean, if you just seem like you know what you're doing, they just flock. And I guess that's all I really had to say about the stock minigun. The next one I wanted to talk about was the Tomislav. I think I'll have some clips of that coming up here soon. But I use the Tomislav usually as a defensive Heavy, not as offensive. I like to switch off between the Tomislav and the minigun, because the Tomislav you get that quicker spin up, which means you can do a lot more of like the old Heavy stuff, like jumping around corners and flanking people, which I really like to do on attack. Like if you see a Heavy jump down on you while you're like on the cart on like payload Badwater, and like you're like, oh, I'm gonna push this cart through the tunnel, and then a Heavy jumps on top, you're dead. Like that Tomislav gets revved up incredibly quick. And now it has better accuracy too after the gunmetal update, which makes it extremely viable in most situations. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good item. Get that, especially because I like to play more of a lot of flank Heavy kind of, get around people. And the Tomislav is perfect for that. You do lose damage though, so in that one-on-one Heavy fight where you're both being healed or whatever, you're not going to win if you don't got help. So that's something you got to remember. And you just got to, you have to be in a good place as this kind of Heavy. Which most people, most people generally don't think of Heavy as a class, you have to be in a good place in. But it's a class where place, like, movement and all that really matters, because you have to be deliberate about all of it. Because with Soldier, you can be wherever you want. You can be jumping around the map. You can be flying around everywhere. And it doesn't really matter when you're a Soldier. But as Heavy, you gotta know where everybody is. You gotta know where they come from. You gotta have all this game sense for that's a good term to use to describe it. You gotta have a lot of game sense. Which, I don't know. I like Heavy. He's a pretty cool guy, people will complain about you, be like, oh, heavy try hard, but whatever, you know, just play in heavy, you know, play the video game. But then, yeah, so that's the Tomislav for you. Then you got his other miniguns. You have the Not Sasha, you've got the Hulong Heater and the Brass Beast. Two of those I would never use. The Hulong Heater is atrocious. I mean, it's a minigun that uses more ammo, and you can't just stay revved up in. And then, the best part about it is the Hulong Heater is meant to, you know, avoid spies. Spies can just jump over the ring of fire that the Hulong Heater makes, which is incredibly dumb. Like, do something else. Like, make the fire shoot out around the heavy in like a burst, not on the ground, because a spy can just jump over that shit. I don't know. The Hulong Heater is just not worth using, ever. Ugh, that thing. Then you have the Brass Beast, which is, I'm gonna sit here and get backstabbed or headshot the gun. You don't see anyone use the Brass Beast who's played the game for like more than 10 hours, unless they're like joking or playing MVM, because it is just, I hate that gun. Like, every time I've tried to use it in just some game, like, I die. Because a spy's like, oh, that heavy can't move at all. Or, you know, or like a sniper's like, that heavy is moving at the speed of a snail. I'm just gonna keep headshotting. I mean, in Gunmetal they did give, you know, the Brass Beast the same damage reduction they gave the Not Sasha, but that really doesn't help when, you know, everything's gonna hit you. So, just my opinion, you know, those two are worse than death. Maybe you really like the Brass Beast. I'm not gonna say you made some bad decisions in your life, but you may have made some bad decisions in your life. Aside from me insulting anyone who likes the Brass Beast, then you got the Not Sasha. That's a gun heavily changed in the Gunmetal update and made it way more viable than it was before, just because it used to just be you had damage fall off, or so your damage, whenever you hit someone, they move slower, and that was it. And for that, you gave up spin up time, and you gave up damage, which is it wasn't good before, but now they've changed it so it has damage reduction on it, which makes it way more viable. I wouldn't put it on the same level as, you know, the stock minigun or the Tomislav, because those two are just like, you know, the best. But now it's viable. Like, there is a reason to use it. Meanwhile, you know, with the Brass Beast and the Hulong Heater, those are just, you know, gross weapons. Ugh. I mean, the Brass Beast does what it was made to do, though. The Brass Beast fills a role of making the heavy into a mobile sentry. Like, all the miniguns have their own role. They each change how the heavy is played, except for the Hulong Heater, really. I mean, the Not Sasha is for denying scouts or, you know, anyone who's really mobile by slowing them down. That slowdown effect is really good in some cases. Then you have the Tomislav in case you want to be on the flank, you want to be revved up faster, you want to get behind people. It's really good for that. Like, heavies in close range just do a ton of damage. There's no point for heavy to ever have a shotgun. But that's a fact, by the way. The sandwich is like the best upgrade unlock in the game. IMO, you know, just saying, pretty good unlock. Then yeah, each of them fill their own role, except for the Hulong Heater, really. I mean, the Hulong Heater is just a normal minigun that shoots fire. It's just a gimmick. It doesn't. It's, do you want to waste your ammo and not even be protected from spies? I mean, maybe you could sit on a dispenser with it on, like, CP Dust Bowl, on, like, the last point, and just, you know, block all the spies ever. But a smart spy is just gonna, you know what to do. This weapon it just eats your ammo. Ugh. You're so much better off just using a normal minigun, because the fire never really kills anything. I've never lit anyone on fire with the Hulong Heater. It is just atrocious. That's my final vote on that. And I spoke a bit about the heavy, you know, secondary weapons, just because I don't believe the heavy really has a secondary other than his sandwich. Okay, let me go over this. The heavy shotgun he doesn't really need, because you're never really going to be in a close range situation where you're going to need to pull that out, where you wouldn't just die anyways. If a scout's on you, you're better off just revving up your minigun and hoping you get them. Just an opinion there, but whatever. See, that's gotta even get lit on fire by this stupid gun. But whatever, I mean, ugh. Wait, normal minigun's just way better. But from there, You've got the family business, which is a gun that you use, you know, with the killing gloves of boxing, because you can just pump out crit shots, which, you know, is fun to do. I'm just saying, you know, for an effective heavy, that's not what you want to be using. I'm talking like maximum efficiency heavy here. Like, you are the heavy weapons guy. Ugh, burped a little there, but whatever. We're gonna keep going. The only other one of his weapons I see as like truly viable is, you know, what's it called? The sandwich. No, not the sandwich. The chocolate bar. Just because the chocolate bar is really good for like a map like Payload Badwater. Because if you know you're playing on like a competitive environment and you're throwing out those suicide waves at the beginning, eating that to get that extra 50 health and just like going up the hill with your soldier and demo man and a few other people. I mean, you're throwing your life away, but you got that extra 50 health. Just like, you're gonna be a little bit harder to kill. Which, you know, that little bit could get a sentry gun or get a medic or get a pyro pick at that. I mean, you know, it doesn't. It's. Ugh. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's really good for something like that. But I would say it's actually like the only other one I would ever use other than just the sandwich, because the sandwich is amazing. Being able to drop a health pack for teammates is incredible. Being able to heal your medic, or like a medic, a soldier who's really hurt, anyone in that case. And then also the ability to heal yourself up to full health just for like walking out of combat, taking a few seconds out of your life to live. I mean, that's incredible. It's like one of the best unlocks in the entire game. And like, I think I'm pretty sure anyone would, I'm like preaching to the choir here that most heavies just should be using that weapon. But I mean, you might be like a huge advocate for the shotgun maybe. Like, you're like, no, heavy shotgun's like the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know how I let that happen to my medic right there. So sorry. But yeah, then you get to the heavies melee weapons, which, I mean, there's some really cool options there. Like the killing gloves of boxing are like one of the best weapons. Or they're really fun. I don't know why I said best, but they're fun. They're really fun to use because you get those crits for 5 seconds, mix that with a Tomislav or a family business, and you just like, it is just death if you get one person with those gloves. But that you really have to get someone with the gloves. It's more of like a joke, gimmicky kind of loadout. You're never really going to get a kill with it, but it's fun. Then you have the gloves of running urgently, which make the heavy fast, which is really good because, you know, heavy is just, like, his whole thing is being slow. That's why people don't usually, you know, advocate heavy. But with those, you can get out to the battlefield incredibly quick, and you can, like, you know, coordinate with an Uber, like, I'm going to pull out my gloves and run up there. But my biggest problem with the heavy, well, then you got the Fist of Steel. And that's like, if you want to be a super tank heavy, pull those out and like stand on a midpoint and just take spam. But my biggest problem with the heavy, in just like terms of his class, is that all the other classes have like a storing weapon or like a skill kind of weapon. A weapon that like stores hits or something, like the Frontier Justice or, you know, the Airstrike, something that rewards you for doing well. With the heavy, you don't really have that. I mean, you have the killing gloves of boxing, but that's more of the enemy team isn't paying attention, is what I would say for that one. He doesn't have... So I'm not like preaching a new weapon idea here. I'm just saying I wish the heavy had something. Maybe it could be like a minigun that gets more accurate the more times it hits something or something. I don't know how that would work. Just a minigun that has like a skill aspect, not just I jump around a corner and I kill people every time. That's all you do as heavy, really. I mean, I would just really love to have something on heavy that like rewards me for doing well, for, you know, I don't know. Maybe it could be like, maybe it could just be a really terrible weapon. Like, it would be one of the worst weapons in the game. I wouldn't care. I would just want a heavy weapon that does that. I just want a heavy weapon, or even at that, like a new heavy weapon, something that replaces miniguns, something that makes the shotgun viable. Because like I said, there's no point in using a shotgun on heavy. Like, you have a sandwich, and if you're really that worried about close range, pick up a Tomislav. It deploys faster, and you can just kind of whip that out, and just, you know, oh, I have a minigun now, which is one of the best close range weapons in the game. It's up there with a flamethrower, you know, like there's no point to be punching people as heavy. I mean, the killing gloves of boxing are really fun to use, but in terms of pure effectiveness, they can't match the minigun. The minigun, it's just a lawnmower. You just go around, you just mow people down. Look at all these people just getting mowed down. So that's all I really had to say. I mean, I just kind of wanted something to do with all these heavy clips. If you actually stuck around this long, like, hey, how's it going? You're a pretty cool dude. And yeah, I really like the heavy class. What are your thoughts on him? What do you think about that heavy weapon idea I kind of put out there? Do you think that's like a nice idea or something? I don't know. This is all wrapping up here, and I'm gonna, you know, go get some water. I don't know what I'm gonna do really, but I'll see you all next time.